Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Tuesday, the 29th of October 2024. I hope you are keeping well and enjoying yourself, having a good life as best you possibly can, even if it's under difficult circumstances. Try to enjoy what you have. That's my philosophy on life, really. This will be the Guardian's medium-level Sudoku puzzle that I'll be playing in a moment. And according to the Guardian today, there are a couple of articles saying we have to wish Microsoft Excel happy birthday because it's 40 years old. I don't know if it's today or this year or this week or this month or whenever, but anyway, happy birthday, Microsoft Excel. I have always been an Apple user. I say always, no, I take that back. I've used my early machines, which were music involved, were the Atari ST, before that Commodore 64, and going back, the Commodore VIC-20. For any old people who know about old computers, that will probably make you laugh. And I had games machines before them. I wrote my first software for the Commodore VIC-20, and then afterwards for the Commodore 64, which was actually rather good software when I think about it now, with the tiny amounts of memory available. And I wrote something that was a music sequencer. This was in the days before MIDI, and also designed some a hardware interface to join the stuff together with my synthesizer and drum machine of the time. This is all before standardized MIDI came into play. But anyway, I digress. I mention this because there has always been extreme rivalry between Microsoft and Apple, but I've always favored Apple in terms of aesthetics and I was going to say hardware, beauty of hardware, let's put it like that, and design of hardware, let's say that. I've been using Apple computers. I still call them Macintoshes. I know they've been called Macs for a long time now, but I still just can't get out of the habit of calling them Macintoshes for well over 30 years, 35 years, I guess now, something like that. A long time anyway, and I haven't really switched to Windows in that time. I've used some Windows computers, and I've been forced to use Windows computers and fix Windows computers and deal with stuff on them that I have never really enjoyed. But so I'm firmly in the Apple camp, even though I absolutely detest the company of Apple quite often. I really have a love-hate relationship. I think I've said that before on this channel with the Apple company. They make far too much money, and they charge too much for what they do, and they also have some very aggressive and bad policies on some other services that they offer. Anyway, getting away from things, because 40 years ago, Excel was introduced. Now, actually, nowadays, of course, it's part of the Office suite, Microsoft Office suite, and that includes Excel and Word. Now, Word was actually first made for the Macintosh, as it was back in those days. Although, of course, everybody thinks of it as the main Windows word processor, it was, in fact, designed for the Mac, and it's kind of how Bill Gates got his hands on the Macintosh computer back in those days, and kind of was interested in, let's say, rummaging around in and thinking what he could be doing with Windows, which was still in development at that time. And the early versions of Word for Mac were really good. It was excellent software for its time. Of course, nowadays it would seem a bit old-fashioned, of course, but in those days it was very good. Later on, when Windows developed and the rivalry between Microsoft and Apple became more intense, Microsoft really developed the version of Word for its Windows platform, and the version for the Mac they kind of crippled because they didn't want it to look so good. Now, in the meantime, the Excel program came out, and that also was under similar kind of duress as far as the Mac is concerned, that many of the Windows features were not available on the Mac version, again because Microsoft trying to promote their own operating system and wanting people to go. But I have to say that Excel has always been the best spreadsheet program. I don't think it's ever had any good competitors. Nowadays, there's Microsoft Excel you can use on the Mac, and you can also use Apple's own spreadsheet program which is called Numbers, which is useful for some things. I actually use it for a couple of things, but it pales into insignificance compared to what Excel can do. Excel is a brilliant program, and there's no doubt about it. It is definitely the go-to spreadsheet on any platform. And so congratulations to making it to 40 years old. Of course, it's not perfect. There are definitely some things that are annoying about using it. Everybody who's used it, which is probably most people by now, have definitely found some annoyances. But it is a tremendous program, I find. So congratulations and happy birthday to Microsoft's Excel. And as I said, there are a couple of articles in The Guardian, one of them talking about famous blunders made by people using Excel and other people remembering the software. Okay, let's get on with the game then. So this is The Guardian's medium level Sudoku puzzle for, what day is it? Tuesday the 29th. Okay, let's start with 9s blocking up here. It shouldn't take too long. 9s blocking across here, if previous Tuesdays are anything to judge by. We've got 6 blocking this square and this square. So in this row, let's put our 6 there, shall we? 5 blocks this square, so we'll have 5 and then 3 will finish the row there. 9 going across here and up there. Oops, hold down the right key. And then 9 blocking this square, and this square. So in this row there's a 9. We've also got 9 across here and down there. Is this the last 9? It may well be. It was, in fact. Right, what's going on? We've got 5 up here, and across there. Missing numbers in this row are 2, 6, and 7. We've got 2 and 7 together. That means 6 must go there. What else? 5 blocking down here, 5 across there. 5 this way, and up here. We haven't finished the 5, so... Oh yeah, I see one over here. Now we have finished the 5s. Two blocking across here and here gives us 2 in that block. 4 blocks this square, so in this column here's our 4. We can go up here with a 7. 7 blocking across here, and 7 in one of these 2 squares blocking across and down gives us 7 in that square. 7 blocking here, there's our 7, and the last number to place here is, I don't know, 2, I think. Four blocks down here, 7 blocks across there, and 1 fills the emptiness that was felt in that particular block. I can hear scraping sounds of cat litter. My cat is obviously around outside, not outside the house, in the other room, kicking the cat litter as far as he can possibly manage it. I've mentioned it before, his cat litter kicking skills are unsurpassable. Oh, 5 is done. No need for a 5. Seven blocking down here. That puts a 7 in that square. What are we left with here? 3, 6, is it? Is that right? I think it is. So if this is 3 and 6, up here we're looking for 2 and 8. 2 and 8 here. Any clues on 2 or 8? No, so this has to be 1 and 6. So 6 across here. There's our 6. There's our 1. Six across this way, and down here. 6 down to the bottom. 6 blocking across here for the 6, and this is a 3. One blocks this square, so in this row here's our 1. The last number over here is an 8. 8 going upwards, and up here gives us 8 in this square. 8 across here. Here's our 8. This is a 2. 2 back this way and up there for a 2. The final 2, in fact. 3 blocks up here, so here's our 3. We finish with 4. The last number to place here is 3, I think. So 3 blocking down here, and because of the 3 blocking across here, 3 in one of these 2 squares blocking down, that means that has to be our 3. 8 blocking down here for an 8 in this square. This is 7, I think, and up here a 1. What's left to get here? 4 and something. 4, 7. 7 up here. Here's the 7. There goes the 4. One more digit to go here. Can't see what you are. Are you an 8? I think you are. And there's one more number to fill down here. There looks to be a 4 to me. And the missing number here is 1, I guess. 1 up here. That puts 1 into that square. 1 across here and there. Gives us a 1. And over here for the last number. 3, are you? I think you are. And this is 4. 4 blocking across here. Here's our 4. And 3 will finish it. So yeah, the normal standard kind of stuff for a Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back not in the not too distant future, I think, because I don't have any work to do this morning. Well, I do, but nothing scheduled. So I'll be back in the not too distant future to play the more difficult games. Bye bye.